Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else, okay? If you'd like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Keep in mind that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule, okay? So it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you're on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up. All are welcome on this channel. All contributions are highly appreciated, okay? All right. First card that we have here, collective, is have fun. There's a need for you to have fun and enjoy yourself. You're someone who's been working and working and working, very diligently, like the Eight of Pentacles here. Spirit is saying, get out and have you some fun, man. Go shoot some pool, go bowling, go to the arcade, go to the movies, okay? Even if you're busy Christmas shopping, stop between the shopping and go do something to relax, something that you're not constantly on the move, okay? Constantly on the move. Do something to make you laugh, make you feel good, okay? Spirit is also saying for you to continue to believe in the magic of life. Continue to believe in the magic of life. No matter who you are or whatever is going on for you, no matter what you're hearing in the social media, on TV, about the economy, inflation. Yes, we're always going through, you will always have constant spiritual shifts, changes, and transitions in your life, transitions and transformations. To lose a loved one is something that people respond to differently. It's okay to grieve. That's for somebody there that just came up as I was holding that card. But there will also be many of changes in your life that will be occurring outside of you that is out of your control. But Spirit is saying, keep in mind, just as well as you're feeling, seeing, and witnessing things change outside of you, there's also something connected to what you are observing that is changing inside of you. And it's not always a negative thing with the owl here. Owls are able to see in the dark. They're very highly intelligent creatures. Owls are beautiful. I love them. I love them. I love them. But either way, there's a need for you to lighten up and make sure that you're living your life within a balance. Doing something to have fun from time to time. Doesn't mean it has to be done, 7 days a week, but every now and then treat yourself, or you and your family find something lighthearted to do. And it doesn't always have to be going out and circulating cash, okay? Or spending money, Spirit is saying. This could be a movie night, this could be a game night. This could be simple things that you can do at home as well. Cooking a meal together, making a dessert together, creating different games and different things to do at home with your family or with your friends. Maybe you want to call some friends over and do some things together or have a movie night together. But either way, make sure that just as much as you're working and stressing over how things are going to get done and being overly concerned and worried all the time, Spirit is saying pause to have some fun. They want you to do things within a balance and to continue to believe in the magic of life, no matter what you are hearing. Don't allow yourself to become discouraged, and that's why I always encourage the collective to be mindful of engaging into gossiping conversations. It's a challenge. It doesn't happen overnight. I get it. But Spirit wants you to continue to believe in the magic of life. And in order to continue to believe, meaning making sure that you're able to be here to enjoy the life you are giving, there are things and steps that needs to be taken towards your well-being. You want to be mindful of what you're speaking over yourself and others. You want to be mindful of the energy that you're projecting out. Everyone does not have to be for you, but it does not mean that you have to wish them harm or be involved in any kind of sabotaging behavior of that person. It's okay to disconnect. If someone doesn't resonate with you, to simply disconnect and disengage. But Spirit is saying in this life, they want you to remember to always be patient. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with people around you. Especially, it is a hula day. Okay, the hula day is Christmas coming up. Okay, so with Odin's holiday coming up, whenever a hula day is happening, the energy is rampant. And I always point this out, especially as a parent. I point this out to my son all the time, and we talk about it. The energy is different whenever there's a hula day going on. When it comes to shopping, when it comes to the traffic, how people even communicate. I'm very analytical. I'm an analyzer. Yes, I analyze. Okay. And so I have this conversation with my son quite often, and he even notices it. He notices the rampant energy of how people maneuver during the hula day seasons. Okay. The panic. There's a lot of panicking energy. There's a lot of anxiety. Instead of people actually being happy and excited, there's a lot of stress and anxiety. And I'm just going to share, and I have to because I wouldn't be me if I didn't. We all have our own opinions and our own lives to live, but one thing's for sure and two's for certain. The divine would never give you anything that you have to stress about. The divine would never give you anything to celebrate or worship that you'd have to be in anxiety about or put yourself in some kind of financial contraption to where you feel like you're in a web that you have weaved and you're trying to figure out how you're going to move about. Okay. And so I've noticed this, and I share this as a parent with my child. I do. And I'm glad that he's able to recognize it. Even if you're out in traffic, this is something you could really, whether you worship the hula days or not, to each his own. You all are welcome on this channel. But the energy of the cashier, from the people in the store, the anxiousness, the panicking, the hurrying, there is no light energy. There is no smiles and bliss. There's a lot of frustration and tension in the air. Whether you're in a department store, whether you're out in traffic, or maybe you want to get a bite to eat. You could be shopping. You can be like, you know what? I'm hungry. Let's go grab something to eat kind of energy. From the chef, the cook, there's a lot of tension. And so I just find it quite unique. And like I said, that how much every time, whether it's Christmas, Thanksgiving, the 4th of July, Memorial Day, Halloween, there's a lot of tension in the air and it's very aggressive. People are uneasy, is what I'm saying. And it seems like they should be in the energy of being ready to have fun. If you're gathering with friends or family, seems like you should be smiling and having fun, but the energy just isn't there. Thanksgiving, so yeah, to each his own. You can celebrate what you want, but whenever the holidays are around, collective, if you choose to, you don't have to, you can really observe this on your own. Just pay attention. You don't have to say anything. This is something you can do privately without anybody knowing, and just pay attention while you're out taking care of business, getting your shop on, to the energy. There's a lot of aggression, hostility, anxiety. And it's not pleasant. It's not positive. It's actually low vibrational. It really is. And so, like I said, I'm pretty sure, and I know for sure, that the Most High would not give us any hula day to worship where we're stressed and overwhelmed. I stand on that. That's just my opinion, and we all have ashtrays. So, yeah. So the next card is "Know You Are Always Loved." I love this. I think this card is just beautiful. Oh, I know this card is beautiful. I don't think. Okay. Know that regardless of whatever you're dealing with or experiencing in life, you are always loved. You are always loved. You are always loved, collective. Even if you're saying, well, I don't feel it, or I'm going through this, whatever you are going through, it's breaking you through to get to another level in your life, another path. If you're someone who's going through displacement, maybe spirit wants to relocate you for a reason. Every occurrence in our life is not to hurt us or harm us or give us a feeling or sensation that we are not loved. We're always loved. Each and every one of us. We all have value. We all are important. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter how you were treated as a child, doesn't matter they call you Bigfoot or Big Head, okay? But we all are loved, okay? So continue to dream big. Do not allow the things that you experience or witness outside of you to make you feel like you have to postpone your plans. I'm picking up on the energy of someone feeling like they have to postpone or cancel. No, Spirit is saying keep going. You're getting married, plan that wedding. You're having a party, plan that party. You're buying a home, buy that home. You're registering for school, go to school. Whatever this is for you, proceed with it. Proceed, okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And make sure that you're getting out into nature, okay? Doesn't matter what the weather is. If it's cold, layer up. Even if it's for a few moments a day. Layer up, go outside, get you some fresh air, okay? Get you some fresh air. Mm-hmm. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And always make sure you're getting plenty of rest. It's very important. It's very important. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest. Hmm. When you're well rested, you feel better. And I know, when that good movie come on, you be like, I'm gonna go to bed after this movie. Wait a minute, I'm gonna watch 30 minutes of this, and I watch it. I know, I know. We all know the feeling when your favorite show is on or that good movie. But when you get your rest, the better you feel. The better you feel. Hmm. The more rest you get, the better you feel. Straight up. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. Spirit is clearly saying with the cards that I've pulled so far is regardless of the changes you are seeing, witnessing, or experiencing personally, that you're maintaining to take care of yourself, that you know that you are always loved, and be patient. Be patient. Be patient, especially around the holidays when they come up, because the energy is always aggressive, and it's always aggressive. It is, and it seems, in my opinion, I expect to see people happy to celebrate the holidays, but you don't get that. You get a lot of people who are just furious, anxious, full of anxiety, in a rush, in a panic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm, 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 mhm. Yeah, I go off of energy, dude, and I know what the source is, depending on the energy. You know, uh, Personally, I know what the source is, depending on the energy. I know if this is something from the divine or is this something I should give my attention to. Not if it's causing all this aggression. Okay, Spirit is saying, make a wish. As I was just saying, don't cancel your plans. When I pulled that dream big, it's something about someone feeling like they have to postpone something. Spirit is saying, go ahead and make a wish. It is done. Make a wish. The goal in this life is to continue to believe in yourself and not give up on yourself and not become distracted. Don't let a hater distract you. Don't let what you're hearing in the media distract you. Don't let these small gossiping conversations from family, friends, or total strangers about the economy distract you. Like I said, if you're going to plan a wedding, plan that wedding. If you're planning a party, plan that party. You're buying a car, buy a car, whatever it is. Keep going. It doesn't mean for you to stop. There will always be something going on in the world that is out of your control, but you cannot, every time you hear something, clutch your pearls. And Spirit is saying, be mindful, because 99.999% of what you're hearing and seeing has not or will not come to pass. Some of it will, but 99.99% of what you're hearing and you're hypothetically thinking is going to occur has not happened or won't happen. So being mindful of postponing is something about somebody canceling something that's very special to them and looking back and then regretting it like, man, I should have just believed in the process. Man, I should have just believed in the process, you know. Hmm. Just because you don't know every step of how things will be provided for you or how they're going to arrive in your life doesn't mean it's not possible. Make a wish. Believe in the magic of life. Believe in the magic of life. Stay optimistic. Stay inspired. Make sure you're also doing things to encourage you and give you that inspirational energy. I mean, at any moment where you feel, you know, you're in a dark moment or you're sad, you're depressed, the best thing you could do is something to uplift you. It's something to bring you back into alignment, bring you back to that happy space or place that is needed for you to be grounded. That's the best thing you could do for yourself. Confide your fears and worries, okay? Confide your fears and worries. This could be in your spirit guides or spirit totem, okay? This could be in your spirit guides or spirit totem. This could be source. This could be divine. This could be yourself, okay? Confide. This could be journaling, meditation, prayer, affirmations, okay? Speaking to a life coach, okay? A therapist. This could be many things. Chanting, visualization. Yeah. Confide your fears and worries. That means to surrender them. She is surrendering her concerns because we can't carry it with us. And you have to, you know, it may sound weird, but you have to really talk to yourself. You know, they say talking to yourself means you're crazy. Well, to thrive and keep surviving in the world that we live in, collective, sometimes you just may have to be a little cray cray. If that's what people call crazy, talking to yourself, your higher self, having conversations with yourself, sitting in solitude, meditation, if that's what people call crazy, well, sometimes you just may have to be a little cray cray. You know, there's nothing wrong with having that conversation with yourself, but you have to surrender. And we all are dealing with different things in our life because we're different people and we're meant to experience our path differently. Now we can offer encouragement and motivation to each other. There's nothing wrong with that. But we have to release it. We have to surrender whatever is bothering us. You can't harbor energy inside of you. You know, I am not a licensed medical physician. This is not licensed medical advice, okay? But a lot of ailments that people have, it is really, you know, associated with energy being harvested within their vessel. It is really associated with energy that is harvested within their vessel. No, I'm not a licensed medical physician. This is not medical advice. So it's very important, you know, as much as you believe in a Western theory, to believe in thyself and choose to do, make sure if you need to see your doctor, your physician, that you keep up with your medical checkups. But either way, while you're doing that, you can at least choose to surrender. You know, because even you know, your doctor would tell you, your physician would even tell you what I'm saying. Like, well, whatever you're worrying about, collective, you need to let it go. They will even tell you to let it go. You know, they could give you a diagnosis and give you something. Mm, you know, but they would even tell you have to let it go. You know, you can't let what you're experiencing or what you're not in agreement with just play, you know, juggling games through your mind your entire life, every waking day, every waking moment. You have to find a way to release and surrender. And I'm not talking about getting intoxicated or smoking some spliffs. really surrendering and trusting, trusting that there's a higher power that's going to assist you, and that these things that we experience, and I've come into the knowing of this, and Spirit wants me to say it again, that these events that we experience is for us to grow and learn, even when we're uncomfortable, even when we feel like, oh, that ain't fair, oh, that ain't right. Yeah, but it's for us to learn and grow. And as you move forward, and if you are working on mastering yourself and your self awareness, you will come into the understanding of this. Okay. hmm It says play with your friends. Maybe you have some friends or some associates who are missing you. They could be saying you MIA. Where is the collective? Maybe you have a group of friends you usually link up with. Okay. They're asking about you. People are asking about you. They want to know, where are you at? Don't be so focused on worrying about stresses and stressful things, and you know uh, take it one day at a time, collective. Take it one day at a time. That's all you can do. You're only one person. You're only one person. So surrendering it and releasing, doesn't matter what your belief system is, all are welcome here, and trusting that a higher power is working for you would be very helpful. Reading scripture will be very helpful. Okay. Whatever works for you, you do what works for you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And a lot of things we experience is so that we can go deeper. Maybe we need to get in our word. Okay. There's nothing wrong with the Bible. I have nothing against it. The Bible is a very magical, powerful, empowering book once you know how to read and interpret it. Once you learn how to decode, you know, yes, the Bible is very beneficial. Okay. All right. Once you learn not to take it in a literal sense and properly read it, the Bible is very beneficial. There is nothing wrong with it. It's a wonderful idea to have one in your house, in your car, in your purse. You can give them as a gift. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can give them as a gift for those who celebrate. Maybe you're thinking of what kind of Christmas gift. Hey, pass out some Bibles. All are welcome on this channel. Yeah. All right. Feel protected. See, as I'm talking about the word, because you want to feel protected. And you know what? Everybody wants to feel protected. Everybody wants to be secure. Everybody wants to be abundant. Everybody desires that. Okay. Everybody desires that. And it's okay. But there's something here for you not to feel. Spirit doesn't want you feeling like you're being punished. You're not being punished, collective. You're not being punished. Okay? You're not being punished. This too will pass. It will get better. Yeah, it will. Yep. Drink water. Drink water. Yeah. You could have been hoping and praying for something for so long, and you may be saying or feeling like it hasn't come to pass. And part of what you are experiencing is leading you to your prayers being answered. But because you're in your emotions right now, you're in your water. You're in your water. Maybe you got water placement somewhere in your chart, and you're in your feelings. You're unable to see that. But you will look back, this was somebody Pacific, and see that what you are enduring was just simply to answer your prayer. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the next card we have, I love this. Accept your sensitivity. Maybe there are some things that you are sensitive to. Maybe there are some things that you are, this could be topics, discussions, what they say, triggered. This is a triggering topic. No, it's not. You know what? If something is triggering you, That is a spiritual nudge. I mean, there's something in that message for you. So accepting your sensitivity and not running from it. Standing on and facing things head on as they are, dealing with them and facing them. Like, this is my reality. This is who I am. This is what needs to be done. How can I execute? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Okay. The next card says give something away. So maybe you have something that you can share with someone. This could be advice, motivation. Maybe you can pray with someone. Maybe you could give someone some kind of information. Maybe someone's looking for some kind of resource. Maybe you have some clothes or something that you're not wearing. Give something away. Give something away. So maybe you are someone, you could be a shopaholic. It's okay. It's okay. You have a plethora. You have plenty of clothing, darling. Spirit is saying give away some of those things you no longer want. Okay. Maybe you can't fit them. Maybe you don't want them. Maybe you don't like the way they look. Well, pass them along. Donate them to a charity. Okay. Maybe a food pantry has a clothing closet for the less fortunate. Donate those things. Okay. Embrace your emotions. This goes well with accepting your sensitivity, facing the things that make you sensitive, and learning how to communicate, take constructive criticism, and not take things so personally and emotional, and also being mindful while I'm holding these cards to not allow your ego to keep you hyper focused on everything that is wrong. Be mindful of that. Don't allow, especially when you're someone who's working towards progress and you are working towards doing better, moving forward. The ego, that's that energy within, will give you those constant competitive, not competitive, yeah, competitive and repetitive thoughts of negative experiences. Remember when so and so said this? Remember when they did that to you? And it'll have you in a mind frame of a negative space and place of thinking. So Spirit is saying be mindful. Accept the things that you are sensitive about and embrace your emotions. Okay, so learn to take constructive criticism. You never know where your goal lies. You don't want to become upset and someone's telling you something that can really help you for your highest good. Okay, you don't want to put the cart before the horse. Let the horse lead the cart. Okay, you want to be able to communicate effectively, because blessings and opportunity and resourceful information that you're looking for could come through the very person who you don't want to hear say it. Now, this doesn't mean you have to listen to everyone, but be mindful. Start to work on gaining control of your emotions. Stop being so temperamental. Stop being ready to yell and scream at everyone. Be mindful of how you communicate with people. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. And Spirit has exercise. Okay. This doesn't have to be anything strenuous. There's many kinds of exercise routines, no matter who you are. You can do sitting down, standing up, walking, jogging. You can go to a gym. You can walk outside. You can do exercise within your home. They have range of motion exercises. Find some kind of stretching or exercise that you can do for you. There are so many. You don't have to have equipment. You don't have to purchase a gym membership. There are things you can do in the privacy of your home or your room, or maybe you're living with someone and you may say, I have limited space. Well, take the space that you have and make good use of it. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. So this concludes the read. I trust and hope that it assists you for your highest good. Later.